This is definitely an industry revolution. Hear me out. Let me mention this first before we begin. I bought this with my hard-earned money. This is not sponsored, and this is the reason why I'm also making this video, because it is kind of hard to tell nowadays in the RC world what is sponsored and what is not. I am telling you that I am making this out of my own time because I actually believe in this product. Nobody's paying me for this. I paid for this, and I'm reviewing it because I actually love it. So this guy here is the Radiomaster MT12, and it is definitely an industry revolution. Before this, we need to talk about what came previously. Not this model, but the original's TX16. This happened way before. There's earlier models as well. But what I want to talk about is Radiomaster. Radiomaster came out with these guys. They came out fairly cheap. It was open source. They run on STX, which is also an open source. And they were affordable. Not only that, they outperform these guys. This is an NX8. It's cost about $400. This guy only works with Spectrum receivers. This guy, when he came in, he revolutionized, and he works with almost every single receiver, including Spectrum. Now, a few years after this guy came out, then we started getting incorporations for Express LRS. A little module, you just add it, you're good to go. Now you can connect to Express LRS receivers. What this means, especially for the FPV world, is also revolutionary. You can literally fly beyond line of sight. This thing will not drop, and it is incredible is the word. The fact is that you will lose all type of video signal before you even get close to losing your transmitter signal. It is insane. But now we have this, a surface radio that is open source, quite affordable, and it replaces all your other surface radio. Before this guy, it is very common. If you're into the RC world, you know, and for a fact, you can point right now to a shelf and you probably have about at least 5, close to 10 of these guys if you have multiple RCs. And you kind of spend some time figuring out which one goes to which. But this guy can actually connect to all of them. So before this guy, you had plenty of receivers thrown everywhere. You can't find the right one for your RC truck, then the next RC car or your RC boats. This guy is definitely going to solve all this. Not only that, it has plenty of extra buttons and every single feature you could love. Now this is the 4-in-1 module, which means you can connect to almost everything except ELRS. And this is the part of why this little guy is definitely a revolution in the industry. You can get one of these and use Express LRS or get the Express LRS version. Why would you do that for surface radios? Well, this little guy is an Express LRS receiver. This guy will definitely go far, far beyond. You could even see your RC car, boat, whatever you want. It was already revolutionary when it came to FPV drones, and now it's hitting the surface, and it will definitely mark a new chapter in the RC world, as this is what it used to be, and from here on, we're just going to improve. Now, I want to get this clear. This is a great radio, but mark my words, this will be the worst surface radio that Radiomaster will ever make. Because from here, it's going to get better. I could already tell you, we're going to have a better screen. We're going to have a lot of better features. But this is so great already. This is beyond of whatever expectation you had. This definitely brings me back to the moment I got this guy. It was well after having this guy for a while. I actually had a previous version of this guy, which was only a 6-channel, but then I decided to upgrade to this guy. I spent a lot of money on it. But honestly, the first day that I picked up the Radiomaster one, I have not gone back to this. And it's very unfortunate because this is a great radio, but this is so much better. And I think this is exactly what this guy is going to do to the industry. Mark my words. Now, I'm not going to go into every single detail this guy can do or how to program it. There's plenty of videos of that. If you want specific details of how to do something, let me know in the comments and I will help you out. I cannot stress it enough of how great this radio is, and it will get. Honestly, I think we can take it for granted, especially for RC cars, that you're always going to have a good connection. One of the most important things when you're flying is definitely your signal, and it's something you cannot take for granted. And I know I have had problems with these guys before and their range, and there may be some videos in my channel about it, but I've never had a single problem with this guy. And it is something that as soon as you pick up and you go to, it is beyond belief. As soon as you start going to Express LRS and the new modules, it is that fear of what's gonna happen is it completely is gone. Like, I do not fear anymore. Whenever I fly with this guy and Express LRS, there is no question of what would happen. Would I lose my plane? Would I lose my drone? There is no question about that. And it is a worry that I do not like to have in the back of my mind. And hence the reason why I've literally never picked up this guy again. I think we take a bit of that for granted when we play with RC cars. I know that that's a worry that I will not have with this guy, and I'm glad not to have it. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is definitely not a tech review of this, but it's definitely a recommendation about this guy. This is absolutely awesome. I recommend it 100%, especially if you have RC cars. If you're doing DIY projects, don't even think about it twice. Just get it. I get it and get a surface receiver, and I put this thing on everything I do. I put it on tanks, on cars, on boats. Everything works perfectly and as I expected it. It is great. I get so much more telemetry data now that I couldn't get before, especially with the Spectrum receivers. It is actually just a game changer, and that's why I'm calling this a revolution to the hobby. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments down below. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.